Hey, fellow Nigerians. This is Smart Madu Ajaja, the presenter of Nigeria Now. At this moment in our nation's history, it's a call to our conscience and our consciousness to rise up now in defense of our present and the future of the next generation of Nigerians. The Nigeria Now program is presented every Saturday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. I am using this opportunity to invite you to join us for serious discussions on the way forward for our dear country that is at the moment at a grave danger of being destroyed by the activities of less than 1% of its population. How long shall they destroy our country while we sit aside and look? The moment for us to stand up is now. No moment is better than now. No moment is more challenging than now for the people of Africa, the people of Nigeria to come together and hem their country and their continent respectively together. We must rise up and stand against the second colonization of Africa. Get up, stand up, is what this moment calls for. I don't know how you feel, but I feel so guilty that my children who were born in the United States and whom I have told so many beautiful stories about Nigeria to become so disappointed in me that I lied to them. The moment for us to get together and fight this battle is now. So every Saturday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, let us come together and reason and get up together. God bless you and God bless Nigeria. Good evening, fellow Nigerians in Nigeria, and good afternoon, Nigerians in the United States, Canada. The time is 2:06 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that is 8 p.m. 8:06 p.m. Nigerian time in Nigeria. Today we have, as always, something very explosive to share with you, and that is about the future, the Nigeria now, and Nigeria tomorrow, and Nigeria forever. And please, if you are just joining in from here on YouTube and Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, you are at the right place. Please share this broadcast. It's something very, very important that we'll be talking to. We have a very important personality that we'll be talking with about Nigeria and Nigeria. So important. So, with us today in the studio is Ceaser Payi, joining us from Kaduna, Nigeria. I hope I'm right, Mr. Caesar. All right, Mr. Caesar, are you hearing me? Can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Caesar, are you hearing me? Can you hear me? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I see what's up. Oh, can you hear me? Is, can you hear me? It looks like your audio. Can you hear me? Mute. He's there. His mic is on. Your microphone is not on. Oh man. Let me get my. Let me go back. Yes, I am in. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, it's working. Yes, I think. Caesar, can you please join us? We are having technical issue from our guest. I hope he gets back into this whole thing so we can get started. Hey, Mr. Caesar. Yeah. Okay. Let me get him back on here. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Are you hearing me
Can you hear
now?
me?
Yes. I don't know what is going on. Hey, viewers and listeners from across platform, we have a guest, a very important personality, Mr. Ceaser Payi, joining us from Kaduna, Nigeria. Am I right? Are you joining from Kaduna? It's out again. Network in Nigeria. You see what I'm saying? Yes. We are having a serious challenge here. The network challenge. I said the device. Oh my God. Okay, Caesar, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you. It looks like your network is not good enough. Okay, let's see
Yes,
what
but
we can do. Yes.
okay, okay now.
Okay,
I'm
can
okay
you
now.
please, without wasting a lot of time, because we cannot trust the network in Nigeria, can you introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners from across platform, please?
Please. Okay. My name is Ceaser Payi, Jadu Payi from Plateau State. I am a researcher in governance, security, and diplomacy, and I specialize in issues of African governance. I'm a graduate of the University of Jos with a Bachelor of Arts honors in international relations and history. And I have a master's in international relations and diplomacy from Coventry University in the United Kingdom. And I have been involved in a lot of non-governmental and governmental engagements. I have consulted for agencies, for international organizations and national bodies. And I also consult with some of the top policy institutions in Nigeria, where I currently work with the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies in Kuru, one of the strategic think tanks in the country responsible for formulating and implementing government policies. That those policies shapes or drives government policy directions. So basically, that's what I do at the moment, and that's brief about me.
Well, it's nice meeting you here on this show, and this is Nigeria Now on the Open Nigeria Network, and also on the Nightingale radio station worldwide. We broadcast live from Houston, Texas, every Saturday starting at 8 p.m. You are welcome. Now, quickly, let's jump into this.
Thank you very much.
You are a scholar uh, uh, of international relations. And I want, for us, before we go forward, what do you understand about Nigeria's foreign policy?
Yeah, for now, Nigeria's foreign policy is one that it's very difficult to predict at the moment, given by the way and manner the country is being governed. I wouldn't want to trade blames or shift blame, but you are aware, you and I, if you remember the Nigeria's history very well, right from the 1960s, when Nigeria was granted independence during the era of Tafawa Balewa and Nnamdi Azikiwe. We had what we call the non-alignment, the policy of non-alignment, where Nigeria wouldn't want to align with a particular country, but we were looking at Africa as our centerpiece of our foreign policy as a country. Now, subsequently, the foreign policy changed during the Ibrahim Babangida administration. There was a foreign policy push where Nigeria, Africa still maintained that, but again, economic diplomacy took center stage of our foreign policy during the structural adjustment policy era. Subsequently, that continued, and then during the Abacha era, our foreign policy changed again. You remember we had a problem with the Western world. So again, we had a change in foreign policy where our policy was aligned towards Asia, particularly China, Russia, and Brazil, those countries that were friendly to Nigeria during the Abacha era. Now, when Obasanjo came, we had a shift again in foreign policy where we had to mend our ways with countries that we had severe diplomatic ties. And so subsequently, economic diplomacy still took the center stage, and our Nigeria's internal democracy was one of the foreign policy key instruments of the Obasanjo era, where Nigeria was engaged in the formulation of what we call the New Partnership for Africa's Development, NEPAD, and the likes subsequently. And since Obasanjo's era, I can assure you, when we started having the issues of security, it's very difficult to say this is Nigeria's direction in foreign policy. Sometimes we try to go with a foreign policy that suits our present realities. We don't have a permanent foreign policy, coupled with the fact that, sometimes it is the leadership on ground that determines the foreign policy drive of our administration. And mostly when you look at, since the issue of the Boko Haram era, our foreign policy has been that of internal security, where we rely on the Western world, particularly foreign countries, for security aid, for economic aid. So our foreign policy now is not deliberately driven or planned or carefully planned, but is determined by the circumstances we find ourselves. Then we direct our foreign policy towards channels where we will get aids or suit our own interest, going by the particular present realities. So that is what I would say about Nigeria's foreign policy.
Thank you very much. It is very heartwarming to know that you are a scholar, a worker, a researcher at the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies in Nigeria. The school has been in existence for a very long time.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Hello, are you there?
Me? Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Man.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we have having this really serious network challenge.
Can you hear
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. The National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies have been in existence for a very long time. Do you agree that the work of the school?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you very clearly.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I said, let me repeat. I said that the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies has been in existence for quite a few years, yes, for a long time for Nigeria. Do you think that the work of the school is reflective of what is happening right now in the mainstream leadership of Nigeria?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I am not hearing you at all. Okay, maybe let's do this. Maybe we do this interview over the phone, because it's not, we're not hearing you at all.
Yeah, I would say not really reflective, not completely. To be fair to the institute, since its inception. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you now.
Okay. You hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you, but it's going off and on. You know, that is disrupting.
Can you hear me now?
Interview. I'm hearing you. That is the Nigerian failure. No.
So let me just answer what your question. Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you now, but I don't know. I cannot guarantee what is going to be the next minute.
So in response to your question, I can't say the institutes have achieved 100%. Yeah, yes. We can say it's a failure on the part of the government, because most of the policies that have been formulated, particularly the submissions of the presidential parlies of the yearly, still found out that about 70 to 80% of those submissions have not been implemented, and that was why the institute had to take by embarking or by addressing this issue, especially with the course theme for the year 2021, where it has to do with the policy for strategy implementation, because they found out that the way government could implement those policies is to have a review of what went wrong, what is happening, how do we get things done if we must ensure policy formulation and implementation. And so last year, the participants of Senior Executive Course 2021 Senior Executive Course 44 were directed by the presidency could be implemented, and the last Senior Executive Course 43 came out with far-reaching recommendations to the presidency, in which they submitted last year December at the presidential parliament, and we want to believe that some of those policies will start being implemented as soon as possible.
What are the criteria for admitting people to those schools? It's either the school is doing its part of the bargain, but the participant, what is the criteria for getting people to attend courses at the NIPSS?
The criteria, it depends on the agency or the organization you are representing. Like in the military and the police, Army, Air Force, and Navy, you must be between the rank of a colonel or a Navy captain or a group captain in the Air Force. In the police, you must be a commissioner of police. In the federal civil service, you must be a full-fledged director. And at the state level, it has to be a state permanent secretary. So those are the criteria they follow. You must reach a particular area or cadre in your service where by the time you go for that course, you are being prepared to be a policy maker, so that by the time in your subsequent promotions, like at the federal level, if you are being promoted to a permanent secretary or a military officer being promoted to a general or so, then you are a policy formulator, not just a policy formulator. You can take up command appointments and dish out responsibilities, initiate policies, and implement them in line with global best practices.
Okay, good. But from what we see in Nigeria now, what is the reflection of the tragic failure of leadership in Nigeria? It looks like some of those people who come to attend courses, they are not academically qualified to assimilate what is being taught to them. So they definitely can be good policy makers. Don't you think that is part of the problem?
No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Okay, let us do this. This is a very serious interview. Can I call you? Let's do this over the phone, so that Nigerians will be able to understand what we are talking about.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay, Caesar, I'm going to have to call you. Nigeria, this is a terrible thing. We will never get the right thing because of corruption. Corruption. That is why we get the worst when the rest of the world is enjoying the best of technology. Nigerian policy makers, just what we are talking about now, they are these disasters that Nigeria is suffering. They will go for the worst instead of going for the best. It's not like the country cannot afford it. They put all the money in their pocket and bring crap to Nigeria. Here we are. Network problem. Hello? I can't even get it. Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I am hearing you now. I hope it stays like this. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
And I'm hearing you very clearly. The reason is because of the obstruction from Nigeria. Is it that they are jamming this interview or what? Maybe that is the reason they are asking people to register NIN so that Nigerians can be shut out of expressing themselves. There's no reason I am not hearing you or you are not hearing me. I am very clear. Yes. Hello, Caesar.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Are you hearing me? This is sad.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you have any device? Do you have any device that is on? It's out. Man. Oh my God. What can we do about Nigeria? What can we do about Nigeria? Nothing works. Nothing. Absolutely nothing works. Giant of Africa. Real giant run by dwarfs who don't know anything and they don't want to give way to others, those who know how to do things. Okay, Caesar. Okay, let us do this thing over the phone. If I have my way, if I have my way, we'll just start this whole thing over again. Yeah, because this is a very serious interview that should not be toyed with. So I'm going to end the broadcast and then we'll start afresh so that we'll be on do a better job than this. All right, just give me a few minutes. I'll call you right back.